Hey all, thank you for joining me tonight. Just in case if you didn't tune in last week, I'm going to give you a quick intro on who I am. My name is SAHIRA ANAISA FENICE. I'm a Puerto Rican born on the mainland USA. I'm a Yayi and Ganga and Palo Mayombe, a licensed New York State Reverend, certified aromatherapist, an essential oil and herb mixologist, as well as a high priestess of the Wiccan Family Temple. I serve as Reverend, educator, and high priestess to all those looking to expand their minds and their worlds. So my show on the Magical Witchy channel is called A Little Hint of Magic. Please tune in every first and third Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be discussing little hacks and little tips and tricks on your spiritual development, everything from cord cutting, from angelic magic, all the way to how to cleanse, like what we're talking about tonight. So tonight's topic is simple spiritual hygiene hacks. We'll discuss why cleanse, how often should one cleanse, and spiritual hygiene techniques, very simple ones, mind you. I'll try to answer every question that you have at the end if there's enough time. But I always invite everyone to please DM me for any topic requests, questions on IG. You can reach me at A Little Hint of Magic with a CK at the end. So let's get to it. Why cleanse? We cleanse energetically to reset ourselves and our environments. Everything in this universe, whether animate or inanimate, is made of energy. Our brains interpret this energetic input as shapes, colors, forms, scents, sounds, etc. One of the greatest qualities of energy is its attraction properties. Magic tends to magnify the practitioner. Keep that in mind, so that one can attract something. The goal is that we attract what we want and not what we don't. If the practitioner isn't practicing proper spiritual hygiene, like cleansings and shielding, they may attract negative energies or trickster spirits. This is the reason proper spiritual hygiene is so crucial. When we cleanse, we neutralize our environments. We neutralize all the charged energy on and within ourselves and in our environments. This allows us to create and develop our magics infused with our true intentions without any outside interference. Everyone, regardless of tradition or belief system, should cleanse. It's like bathing. We bathe to cleanse our bodies of physical impurities. Well, spiritual cleansing is the same concept. Cleansing our spiritual personas of all those ickies and nasties that are looking to leech on us for energetic sustenance. Yes, y'all, we become food for these entities. We don't want that. So how often do you cleanse? I say as many times as you feel necessary. I advise folks to make it a daily practice, including in your daily regimen. Like when you take a shower, it's that simple, it's that easy. Don't wait, please. And I say that again, please don't wait until you feel that something is really wrong to cleanse. Think of cleansings like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Our auric bodies are constantly bombarded with energies emitted by people, other living creatures, and even perceptively inanimate objects. Think about it. I say perceptively because I believe that all objects, whether animate or inanimate, carry a spirit of a sort. There are spirits of land, spirits of your home, spirits of every rock, flower, building, car, subway train, plane, and the list goes on. All these energies are attracted to us. We are magnets, physically, mentally, spiritually, and aurically. Yes, some of these energies may not vibe with us or with our intentions. Cleansing is a great way to wash all those outside energies off of us and reset us back to neutral. So, how do we cleanse? Some simple spiritual hygiene techniques. This is something that is so simple. I was doing it very, very young. I believe I was around 7 or 8 when my mom taught me to do this. I call it the camphor and water technique, right? All you need is a clean, clear water glass, a camphor square. So you can find these at the local botanica, right? In Spanish, it's called alcanfor for those Latinos out there that may be raised like I was on these. They're like mothballs, really, and they smell like mothballs. And you also need a white plate. What you do is you take a glass of water and you fill it with cold water, and then you leave enough space so that a camphor squirt can fit in the glass. When you're done, you take this white plate, and I'll demonstrate. Of course, I don't have water here, but I'll demonstrate. And you place it over the glass, the inside of the plate facing the top of the glass. And then you flip it over. Now, I don't want you to worry about slippage or leakage. I worried about that also when I became an adult and I started doing this myself. But something about science and water, the setup, it creates a suction so that water stays contained within a glass and there's no leakage. I promise you there won't be if you do things the right way. And it's super easy to do. It won't fail. So what you do is you take the setup, you place it under your bed. Try to make sure that you place it as close as possible to where your head lays. And if there's no room under your bed, you can place it next to your bed, but again, where your head is laying, and make sure that the setup does not get disturbed. So if you have pets, doggies, or kittens, or, ferrets like I had back in the day, you just have to make sure that they don't mess with the setup, because then it becomes a mess, right? And then what you do is you refresh it every week. Or if you notice that the water is getting a little cloudy or murky, kind of like spider webby in there, clumpy, that means it's doing its job. Your spiritual crap is being trapped in here, and it's not hitting you because it's trapped in the water. And then what you do is you take your glass of water, you take it to your nearest toilet, not to your drain, not to your shower. You don't throw it outside. You don't put it in your plants, please, not in living creatures. Nothing living should be touching this water. Just take it to your toilet, drop the water in, and flush it, and send it out far, far away from you. And then you refresh your setup and start all over again. Every day, look at your setup. Make sure that the water stays clear. If you see a couple of bubbles in there, sometimes that happens, almost like it's fizzing. That is a good sign that it's working as well. Keep that in mind. The next technique, floral water cleansings. I love floral water cleansings because they're super easy. You can take your Florida water. I grew up on this. I love this stuff. You can take some Colonia 1800 also. You can take rose water, lavender water, orange blossom water. And that's just to name a few, whatever waters, as long as they're scented waters. And what I like to do is I like to put them in these spray bottles, right? So this is a 2-ounce spray bottle. You can find this at your local 99-cent store. You can find it at your Walmart, your Target. You can even find it on Amazon if you don't like to leave the house, like me. And so what I do is I just like to pour it in my little spray bottle, because then this becomes instantly portable. I could take it wherever I go. Put it in my bag, right? And whenever I feel like there's something weird in the environment, like I need refreshing, or there's an icky, I just spray around me. Ooh, and I cleanse, right? And sometimes not only will I spray me, I'll spray my environment, because I have one of those clairs. I have clear olfactory. So sometimes the scents are so overwhelming when it's like funky energies that I just have to spray them away. I even spray those around me with their permission, of course. You can spray your hands, rubbing the palms together, inhaling the scent. Also, because what we know about inhalation, it provides internal cleansing as we breathe in these fragranced waters. You can also use aromatic blends made with essential oils. As a certified aromatherapist, my first product, my first oil blend was a spiritual cleansing blend. It's actually called Spiritual Hygiene, and I love it. It contains several essential oils whose main function is to cleanse and ground the spiritual body, like frankincense, for example. And not only is my blend cleansing, but it also smells great, so I'm told. For more information on my aromatic blends, please DM me as well at A Little Hint of Magic, and then we can talk. So you energetically cleanse your aura, always starting with your head, going around the outline of your body. And what you do is you do a downward and outward motion, pushing things away from you. Go all the way down to your feet, getting all those ickies away from you. And then you clap your hands real loud and say things like, stay away, keep away, removing unhealthy attachments. Whatever comes to you, say it. Whatever the goal of your cleanse is, just say that intention, just to seal the deal. The next technique is cleansing with handkerchiefs. I do this a lot in Palo, especially. It's similar to floral water cleansings. What you do is you take a large handkerchief as so, right? And what we want is a handkerchief that's large enough so that it can actually go around like an ascot, right? Because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll spray this with Florida water and I'll just walk around with this around my neck because I feel like my neck isn't protected, like there's something going on. So that's a great way to keep yourself protected as well. So what you do is you take this scarf, right? You take a little bit of your Florida water and you spray it. Make sure it's clean and then snap it, right? And then you can just kind of lightly pass it over your body, again, downward and outward motions. And then at the end, you snap again, right? Because what you want to do is you want these energies to be neutralized. You want these energies to be ground into the earth, right? And as an additional plus, which I like to do is I ask the earth to send me back that neutralized energy for recharging. So let's say someone is sending you something nasty, right? And you're cleansing yourself and it's ground into the earth and neutralized and it comes back to you and it's recharging you. So they wanted to do you a negative, but instead what they did was do you a positive, right? Because now I'm recharged with the very energy you sent to me to destroy me. I just love magic, don't you? I see a question here real quickly. So Jolie Cleary is asking me, what if you have a septic system where it will stay close to your home after flushing? So in that sense, what I would do is I would go to, hopefully you have, you live in a place where there's, dirt, earth, away from plants if possible. I dig a hole and put that water right in there and then cover the hole. So what you're doing is you're feeding the earth with that negative water so that it can neutralize and recharge that energy. And again, you ask for it. You can say, hey, send me that energy back, and it will do so. But in the septic system sense, if it stays at home, because the main purpose of flushing it is that you send it out. So it needs to be sent out. So however you can do that, please do so. Hopefully, Jolie, I answered your question. If you have more questions, feel free to send them in the chats my way. Lastly, we're going to talk about smudging, incense, and cigar. You can also cleanse via smoke techniques. What I like to do is I like to take like an incense cone, a Palo Santo incense cone. I light it up, put it in here, and I blow on it first. So it knows who it's working for, right? And then when it's smoking, I just take the smoke and literally I pass it over my head. I take the smoke and I cleanse myself with it again in outward and downward motions. You can do it with a cigar as well, even though it's a little more complicated. What you need to do is you need to light up your cigar. And once it's lit, you reverse it so that the lit end is in your mouth. Please be very careful that you don't burn yourself. And you blow so that the smoke comes out. And I take that smoke and again, I wash myself with that smoke. and outward and downward emotions to cleanse myself with that smoke. So that is another thing that you can do. You can do it with incense, for example, Palo Santo incense, smudge sticks, but also remember the intention of those particular smudge sticks. Palo Santo removes negative energies only. Sage removes all energies, so it resets you to zero. So there are instances where you need to use sage. There are instances where you can use Palo Santo. It's up to you and your intentions that you want, what you want those goals to be. Again, be very mindful, be very intentional, and always research before you start doing whatever it is that you're going to do for your cleansing practice. Lastly, spiritual baths. Those are awesome. It's such an awesome topic that we're going to dive in deep into this topic in the next class, in the next. Hi, Rob. Blessings to you also. So we're going to be discussing spiritual baths the next time we're together, which will be September 15th. So when you've completed your cleansing ritual, always thank the spirits, deities, whatever platform of belief you partake of. But thank you. Gratitude is something that is utmost and necessary. True gratitude will always reinforce your relationship with your deities, with your spirits, with everyone. So as we come to the end of our time together this week, I want to make sure that we can connect in case you have any questions, you want to share any info, or you want to suggest any future topics. Your input is necessary. I want to hear from all of you. I can't do it without you guys. So please follow and DM me on IG at A Little Hint of Magic. And remember, that's magic with a CK at the end. Thank you for your time. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone September 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we'll be discussing spiritual baths. And we're going to be doing something really special. We're actually going to be doing a live demonstration of a blend. So if you guys want to blend with me, which I would love, it's going to be really simple. The ingredients are going to be very simple. I will actually post the ingredients necessary on my IG, on my page. So you guys will see that within the next week, so that you can go out there and purchase. It'll be salt, right? Salt, simple things like salt, maybe a little bit of carrier oil and a couple of essential oils. Nothing too, heavy. I don't want it to be a heavy lift for anyone. So as soon as I get all those ingredients together, I will make sure to post it on my IG. And again, thank you for coming to spend some time with me, and I look forward to seeing you September 15th. Have a great evening. Take care, guys. Bye.